to go over this worksheet about naming chemical compounds, and these first 5 to say name the following ionic compounds. How do I even know they're ionic? Sodium, calcium, lithium, magnesium, beryllium. The first thing is a metal. Ionic compounds are always a metal and a non-metal. So there's always going to be a metal and a non-metal. How do I recognize that something is a metal? Metals or non-metals is the upper right part of the periodic table plus hydrogen. Bromine, oxygen, sulfur, beryllium. Oh, sorry, that's bromine, not beryllium. Bromine, oxygen, hydrogen. Those are all non-metals. Ionic compounds are mixtures of metals and non-metals. Metals, non-metals, metals. And it's always going to be the metal first. So it's a mixture of metals and non-metals. That's how I recognize it's ionic. Okay, well, now that I know it's ionic, the name of it. It's always name of the first part, name of the second part. First part, second part. So the first 3, I'm just going to put up the answers. You can see the first part of it, Na is called sodium. Second one is calcium. Third one, lithium. It doesn't matter that there's 2 lithiums. We only use prefixes for molecular, also known as covalent compounds. This is ionic. Ionic, we do not use prefixes. If there so happens to be a prefix in the name, then that's something different. For instance, there's an anion called the dichromate ion or bisulfate. Well, that's different because it's just the name of the thing. But otherwise, we do not use prefixes with ionic compounds. Then you just name the second part. What's Br called? What's O called? What's S called? Br is called bromide. O is called oxide. S is called sulfide. So, in a way, well, for number 4, what's the name of this thing? What's the name of this compound? MgBr2. Okay, well, if you got magnesium bromide, you'd be right because Mg is called magnesium, Br is called bromide. Oh, where are all these names of these ions? They're all on page 45 in the textbook. The next one, BeOH2. Be is called beryllium, but the OH part, that's one of the polyatomic ions. Our ions, again, are on page 45. I don't have page 45, but here's just a list of some common anions. OH is called the hydroxide ion. OH is called the hydroxide ion. Yes, there's 2 of them, but I don't need to say there's 2 hydroxides. There are, but remember, we don't use prefixes for ionic compounds. So this one is just called beryllium hydroxide. Okay, so that's the first 5.